I'm a young physician from a small village in Kerala, a place where the beauty of the land is matched only by the warmth of its people. From an early age, I harbored a dream to become a doctor and make a meaningful difference in the world. However, the journey that should have been filled with hope and purpose was overshadowed by a nightmare that haunts me to this day. It began in my first year of medical school, a time that was meant to be the start of a lifelong passion for healing, but instead it became a period of profound fear and distress. Our social and preventive medicine professor was a towering presence, both in stature and intellect. His reputation as an academic was formidable, but it was the darkness beneath this exterior that would come to shape my experience. What should have been an environment of learning and growth was perverted into a daily torment, especially for the female students. Each lecture became a source of dread as he approached us, his eyes gleaming with an unsettling intent. His presence was suffocating, his breath close enough to feel, causing an involuntary shiver to run down my spine. Then, in moments that still make my skin crawl, he would violate the sanctity of our space and bodies. His hand would slip beneath our white aprons, an act so invasive and dehumanizing that it left me frozen with horror. The cruel pinch of his fingers under my armpits was more than just a physical assault. It was a grotesque betrayal of trust and a brutal assault on my dignity. One particular day, my roommate and I were summoned to his office, a place we had come to associate with fear rather than academia. The air was thick with tension as we entered, our hearts pounding in sync with our mounting anxiety. The professor sat behind his desk, a smug, menacing smirk tugging at the corners of his mouth. He accused us of skipping his lectures, a charge we couldn't refute, though the real reason for our absence was the unbearable atmosphere he created. As a form of twisted punishment, he ordered us to stand facing the wall, our backs to him. I could feel the intensity of his gaze, cold and predatory, as if he was deriving some perverse pleasure from our fear. In that moment, I felt utterly powerless, stripped of my humanity by a man who was supposed to be a mentor. Later, during my internship, fate cruelly placed me once again in the orbit of this man, as I was assigned to his department. The dread that filled me each day was indescribable. One afternoon, as I was completing paperwork at his desk, I felt that all too familiar sensation. His leg pressed against mine, under the table, a chilling reminder that the nightmare was far from over. I froze, a torrent of thoughts rushing through my mind. How could this be happening again? How could he treat me, another medical professional, with such brazen disrespect? The shame, the humiliation, and the sense of helplessness were almost too much to bear. These traumatic experiences have left deep scars on my soul, scars that manifest as trust issues, anxiety, and at times, even thoughts of self-harm. The burden of this trauma is heavy, but I refuse to let it define me or my future. I am sharing my story not just for myself, but for every other survivor of sexual harassment who has been silenced by fear and shame. It is my hope that by speaking out, I can help others find the strength to break their silence. Together, we can confront this pervasive issue and work toward creating a safer, more respectful environment for everyone, where no one has to endure what I did.
Is our home country safe and supportive enough for students like us? This channel is a forum to discuss these questions and many other aspects of student life in India. We want to hear from you. Before you consider subscribing to this channel, make your voice heard by commenting below this video. Share your thoughts, experiences, fears, or even confessions with us. You can also reach out via email. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching.